I I was digging about, and I come to find the PayPal Mafia. I did not never heard of this myself. You got 13 people in there. The only one that's not included in this picture is Elon Musk, and that answers my question that I recently started pondering. For some reason, I started seeing Elon Musk in the last, I don't know, 5, 6 years while I've been browsing through through YouTube, and I've never heard the guy's name ever in my life. And then he's all of a sudden he's this big, you know, that everybody's throwing all these roses and everything to, and I didn't know where he came from. So I just found this, ran across this, and I thought this was interesting. The PayPal Mafia they go by, right? And another thing I found interesting is that there was a I think I opened up every one of their profiles on Wikipedia. There was only two people that did not have an age, and the youngest one was born in '79 out of all the others, and the oldest one, I think, pretty certain that was him, and he was born in he's like the '60s. Anyways, yeah. So there's the PayPal Mafia. They're the ones who own, or they're all involved in all of the. They're the top dogs of everything. I just closed it. They got PayPal, YouTube, um, SpaceX, all of them. So they are. These would be my masters. These would be the people who are making all the rules for us, which I find that ironic too. That for an example, um, people in their 50, in their 60s, and in their 70s, right? I know somebody that's almost 70 years old, and she's even getting kicked off of like the Facebooks and stuff. I don't remember exactly, but she said that she got banned for saying something, and I'm thinking these. So I thought that these were millennials, right? And here they are. They are actually all a bunch of Gen X's, Generation X's. So they're all around our age, right? Which I'm like, wow, what the fuck is that all about? Because when I was, where I come from, there's a thing. It was about respecting the elders. So yeah, period. You should be respecting everybody, and they've all taken on this position where they're going to they're there's social engineering to the degree in which um, yeah, I can't even sarcastically say some shit like "Hell Hitler." And mind you, this was on a Facebook, but I did get booted off on YouTube. And who knows? I mean, it's hard to even keep track because it's such a fucking mess. Because everywhere, in every aspect, there are these great men here that are coming up with all kinds of shit. Good for them. However, nothing is mating up anymore, right? So in other words, they've created more fucking problems than anything. Everything should be mated up, right? Across the board, right? So for an example, um, I wouldn't mind going out to try to socialize. However, there's no way that I would be driving anywhere because the minute you have one drink, there's no way. The cops and all that kind of shit. So in other words, I haven't been out in since the last time I went out to try to socialize was 2016, and that ended up where I was targeted because okay, I walked into this bar and grill, a local. It was about 2 miles away from where I was staying in Texas. I walked into the bar and grill. The whole fucking place was like was just very quiet and silent, and there was the vibe was very weird. And I came out to have a kind of a good time. There was a two-man band. I'm into music, and especially a two-man band, and they were rocking. They were sounding really good. And when they quit, when they were finished their song, I was the only idiot that was like, yeah, all right, huh, right? And they were even like looking over, like, wow, there's actually somebody that's paying attention here, right? And everybody else had their fucking faces buried inside of their fucking phones. It was very, very strange. And I was out trying to socialize and trying to meet people, and I guess that's a weird thing these days with all of these. I don't know. And so the point of the fucking thing is, I see this guy, and he looks like he's somebody important, and he walks up to the front, and he's talking to the bar, the fucking the bouncer dude, with the guy at the doorman, whatever the fuck he wants to call himself. And the guy was literally looking at me after a couple songs had gone by, and you're like, yeah, woo woo woo, whatever. I'm trying to have a good time. And right there, I was like, oh, that was really fucking weird, man. So I'm leaving, and so I just got me a beer, right? And I'm like, okay, so I need to finish this beer, and I'm out of this motherfucker, right? Because the guy's fucking even still kind of looking at me, and I even nodded my head like, what's up, dude? Like, why, take a picture, dude. And yeah, so as soon as I step outside, there's a shop that's closed down right beside this bar. I look to the right, and there's two African American cops standing in the darkness there. And I'm like, ah, shit, right? Like, yeah. So I walk straight out, like I don't even see, like and it's no big deal, but I know they're there for somebody. And then I go out into the parking lot. I hide behind a truck, and I pull out my phone to call for the ride, because there was somebody waiting for me to call, right? And as I was doing that, the phone slips out. I go down, slips, falls on the ground. I'm like, ah, fuck. And so I go down to pick it up. And while I was down there, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to kind of stay crouched down here, right? And now guess what? Now there's a fucking flashlight in my face. Hey, are you okay? Oh, I was perfect up until your fucking ass showed up there, bud. Right? And I didn't say that, but I was like, oh, yeah, I'm good. And I already knew. So I stood up and immediately looked across the whole fucking parking lot. Huge parking lot. Looked across, and the only place that was open was a Walgreens. So I started marching double time to that Walgreens as they were behind me. Hey, we're just... I'm like, hey, just leave me alone, please. I didn't do anything. No, I'm good. Thanks. Take care. No, leave me alone, please. And I was fucking... And as soon as I made it to the threshold where the door automatically opened, they slammed me down on the ground, right? As I was coming down, the side of my face hits the fucking card shelf, the shelving, right, that had the cards in it. And then they throw me over, because I was down on my stomach. They flip me over, and then a African American woman is sitting now on my chest, right, breathing heavy, right, and then they pick me up. And they hand me over. They fucking start walking me to the other door to walk out, because there's an in and there's an out. And there's already 3, if not 4, cop cars in like a horseshoe effect, pointing with all their. And then they hand me over to another fucking guy. Right? They're not even the guy that was there to witness anything. So this is where they're playing games, right? and they hand me over, and so this is they're tampering with the evidence, the continuance of evidence. They're tampering it with, right? And then they take me and they drive me 14 miles away, and they claim this is for my benefit and for my safety, right? Because they claim in their when I finally got their records released to me, and that took me almost 2 years to get the open records fucking released, right? And so I kept getting denied the open records, and I have to kept it was the whenever, and then instead of them taking me 2 miles to drop me off because they care, they took me like 14 miles to throw me in a cage, right? And I had a dog that I left in the pickup truck with the windows down because it was nighttime, and I planned on coming back. And this was the day before Easter that they threw me in. So half of Easter in the morning, I'm sitting in jail waiting. I was there for like almost 24 hours waiting for these assholes to release me. And multiple times I asked for a fucking phone call. Can I make, hey, the guy keeps coming in every like 15 minutes. I'm like, hey, bud. And he just fucking ignores me. Huh? And then I finally get to one guy because I was in there fucking starting to, I lost my shit. Now I'm in there. Go fuck yourself, you fucking pig. Yeah. Oh, fuck you, you fucking cocksucker. Whenever they come in and shit. So now the guy finally is like, what the fuck's your problem? And I said, dude, can I make the fucking phone call to, how long you keep it? We don't know. They don't even know how long they're going to keep in. They're playing nothing but fucking games. Can I make a phone? I got a dog. It's, what time is it? It's like fucking 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, the sun is out there, right? It's probably pretty hot out, right? This is Texas, Houston, right? I have a dog that's sitting in a fucking pickup truck. Can I make a phone call to have somebody go and get it? Oh, well, I'll look. I'll check out. I'll find out. And then, yeah, it just, they're fucking scum. And then I was fucking kept yelling, hello, and this black dude that was out there, he, I forget what I told him. I kept saying, hey, I'm trying to get his attention, and he's right there, and he's just ignoring me. And I'm like, hey, you fucking cocksucker. And then he is like, oh, now all of a sudden he heard me. And he's like, oh, cocksucker, huh? Hey, and then he starts getting cute with me. He's like, I was just going to call you up to book you, right? Because they hadn't even booked me yet. So they're just keeping me in there for, and mind you, they're talking about a public intoxication is why I'm there. Mind you, it's almost 20 hours. Like, motherfuckers can sleep off complete intoxication in 12 hours sleep. And they're still keeping me there, right? Because it's just nothing but a game. And then, I said, I called him a, you fucking dirty cocksucker. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, I heard that one. I'm very selective about my hearing. Oh, you were asking for some help. You wanted to make a phone call. I couldn't hear that. I couldn't understand that. But now you calling me a fucking cocksucker? Oh, okay. Yeah, and so now he fucking, he's like, oh, I was just getting ready to book you, but now you can fucking stay there longer. Call me a fucking cocksucker. And then he kept me in there longer. So, then, when I got out, and they fucking put me in front, and they're like asking me all these questions, meanwhile, hey dude, do I have a lawyer? No, and you better answer those fucking questions, right? How many tattoos? All these questions. It's like, I don't. But if you don't, they'll stick your ass back in. And so while I was there, as soon as he goes, hey, you want to call me a cocksucker again? All right, getting cute with me. And then his buddy fucking starts laughing and looks at him and says, you filthy cocksucker. You cocksucker. And fucking black dude thinks it's funny when his buddy's doing it, right? And there's one other thing that I thought was really fucked up. These are nothing but fucking disgusting. Like, they're fucking pigs. Disgusting fucking pigs playing fucking games all day. I mean, you'd have to be a sick individual to even want this job. I might have taken the job at the start just because I'm thank God I finally got a fucking job and now I can get some. But it would have taken very, very, very quickly. I would have been like, no, fuck this. I can't even go in there, man. This fucking place is so disturbing with their fucking games. Anyways, now this bitch comes in out of nowhere. She just comes in. She's a cop. And she's like, you should see that fucking whore. And she's swearing, cussing, right? And they're all cool with that. But then the minute I say one thing, they all, oh, that's a good reason for us to all, like, shit on you now, right? And that goes on, like, over and over again. There's a recurring aspect of me calling them, trying to ask them questions, them playing game. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And then they say, and then I get open records and they saying, swearing. He's swearing, and it's just like a whole list over and over again. He said a swear word, and it's like, yeah, like they're fucking, like I'm in third grade, and they're the fucking weirdos that like nitpicking everything. But meanwhile, they never. That gives them fool out. Did you just say the F word? Oh, I'm sorry, but you need to keep this professional. Click. You need to fuck. Anyways, this bitch comes in, and she's like, you know that filthy fucking whore that came in here, right? She was in there, and they were starting to, oh, they made me fucking undress in front of all these guys, right? Whenever they pulled me in. They stripped me down naked and put me in this fucking, and I'm only going to be there for like 20 hours. And while they're doing it, Sergeant Dodson has a fucking video camera on, right? And he's watching. And I'm like, Jesus, this is the fucking, whoa, yeah, and yeah, so they stripped me down instead of just, yeah, why can't I be in my fucking regular clothes? And can you imagine the bill that they fucking have to pay to keep this laundry machine going? But then here's what's crazy. On the second time that they did this shit to me, they made me piss my pants because they strapped me down to a fucking chair, my hands and my feet, for like 12 hours, and they refused. And I kept saying, hey, dude, I gotta piss. Yo, man, I gotta piss. I gotta piss. And this guy keeps coming in fucking 15 minutes. Bleep, 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 bleep. Every 15 minutes. Hey, dude. Can I get my fucking hand released so I can take a piss? I need to take a piss every 15 minutes over and over. Then I'm like, hey, fuck you, you cocksucker. Fuck you, cocksucker, you fucking pig. Fuck you, pig. Right? And then all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, he's yelling at us. Yeah. And then they put in a fucking hoodie on me because okay, this is, you're going to treat me like this. You're going to get it. And now, I'm going to make it worth my while. And, yeah, and so then they refuse, so I'm like, goddamn, I'm holding on to this for fucking 4 hours, right? I'm holding on to this piss, and they're not going to fucking budge. So, what I don't even know how long, hey, bud, how long are you gonna, they just keep fucking bleep, bleep, take their little thing every 15 minutes, and then walk out and ignore every fucking thing, not fucking talk. They're fucking sick. So I pissed my pants, and I fucking pissed it a couple times. I sat there in a whole fucking pool of piss for like 12 hours. And then when this is the second time. And then when I got up, they're like, you got to put you out in front of the judge. And I'm like, hey, they didn't do that the first time I was there. But then I didn't even know why. But now, this is all a new learning experience in every aspect. So I'm like, hey, I want to go in front of them with my pissy pants on. They're like, no, take off your clothes. And I'm like, nah, I'll go in front. They fucking grab me, 3 of them, slam me down on my fucking face, right? And this is after the other cop fucking punched me 3 times in the right temple, right? When I turned around and was like, yeah, am I under arrest? No, you're being detained. We're going to ask you, how much have you had to drink, sir? Sir, how much have you had to drink? Yeah, I'm not answering. So, yeah, I'm not going to stand here all day. The house is only, like 7 houses down, right there, and I turned around to walk back home, and they fucking jumped on me, slammed me down to the ground, and then fucking Jay Pierce punches me 3 times in the fucking right temple, and he's yelling, "Stop resisting! Stop resisting!" Bam! You know, fucking. And then I was like, "Oh, you dirty fucking pig, fuck. Yeah, go fuck yourself, pig. You fucking whore, pig. Go fuck yourself, pig." And then they're like, "I can't believe he's talking like this to us. What did we do to him?" They're fucking retarded. Here's what I learned, and I seen just recently, there was some big fucking school shooting. I didn't pay much attention to it, other than the fact that I just scrolled down through, because I don't give a fuck about any of this shit anymore. It's the biggest fucking joke you could ever. But I did see where now they're all this big question because the cops refused to actually get in because they were afraid. And yeah, this goes back to what I called them motherfuckers a long time ago, a couple years back. They're fucking schoolyard bullies, right? When you're fucking not doing anything and you're just trying to mind your own business and shit, they'll run up in your fucking ass and beat you fucking down and all that kind of, when they got guns and they got their boys and shit, right? They're real fucking tough guys, right? But then the minute shit gets real, they turn into little fucking cowards. That's what the fuck the whole thing is about. It's a fucking joke. Anyways, yeah, that one, I could go on and on, but that one bitch, she's like, yeah, that skanky whore that they brought in, and they're like, I think so. She said, yeah, they were fucking stripping her down, and she asked them to fucking finger her or something, fucking do a cavity search because her old man isn't satisfying her. So now these 2 fucking guys that are there, these 2 so-called professionals, are like, whoa, what was her name? They're on their computer fucking pulling her up to see the fucking picture of her, right? And they're like, yeah. And then they're making comments. Yeah, no wonder her fucking husband doesn't want nothing to do with that fucking skank, right? And I was just sitting back like, I'm the bad guy here, and I'm fucking getting nothing but fucking shitted on. And here all of these fucking sovereign citizens, they're fucking doing whatever the fuck they're fucking sick. Anyways, back to these dudes, right? You gotta appreciate this baseball bat over here. I thought that was pretty slick, man. Right? That was pretty slick. The only thing that's missing on that is my blood. Right? It would have been so much cooler if they would have fucking put my blood all over that motherfucker. Yeah.